Is this the moment we've all been waiting for? Rumors are swirling about a major move that could transform the Golden State Warriors season, involving a big name to strengthen our front court. As trade talks intensify, what does this mean for our championship aspirations? Stay with us as we unravel the potential impact of this explosive deal. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a like to stay updated on everything Warriors, as we dive into the latest buzz surrounding the Golden State Warriors. Here, we aim to capture the viewer's attention right from the start, building anticipation about the potential changes coming to the team. With a personal and engaging approach, we invite fans to subscribe and interact, creating a sense of community around the channel. There's no doubt that trade talks are heating up, especially with the recent speculation about Jonas Valanciunas potentially joining our team. A trade like this could be a true game changer. Valanciunas, with his impressive efficiency, 11.9 points and 7.6 rebounds in under 20 minutes, could provide the much-needed presence in the front court. Imagine the impact he could have, easing the pressure on Stephen Curry and Andrew Wiggins while giving Jonathan Kuminga a bit more room to grow. Here we discuss Valanciunas' specific qualities and how he could fit into the Warriors lineup. This creates a sense of urgency and necessity for a move of this magnitude, emphasizing how Valanciunas could positively impact the team's overall performance. Now, let's be realistic. The Warriors have been searching for a reliable big man who not only scores but also defends effectively. Valanciunas could perfectly fit this role. He brings veteran presence and a skill set that could elevate the team's performance, especially as we aim for a deep playoff run. The Wizards are in a full rebuild mode, and if they decide to move him, we need to be first in line with a competitive offer. In this section, we explore what acquiring Valanciunas would mean not only for the team but also for the player and the broader league context. The focus is on the strategy and decisions the Warriors need to make to bolster their roster. Now let's shift gears and talk about the possible departure of Bobby Portis from the Milwaukee Bucks. Every year there's speculation about whether this will finally be the year the Bucks let him go, but does it make sense for us to pursue him? Personally, I'm torn. Portis has shown flashes of brilliance, but is he the piece we need to complement our roster? Do we really want to gamble on a player who might not fit perfectly into our system? I want to hear from you. Do you think we should make an effort to get Portis if he becomes available, or should we focus our efforts on someone like Valanciunas, who can directly impact our playoff chances? Here we introduce the idea of Bobby Portis as a viable alternative for the Warriors, exploring his strengths and limitations. The direct question to the audience engages fans, creating a sense of participation and opinion regarding the team's decisions. Portis has shown flashes of brilliance with the Bucks, especially in the playoffs, but does he bring what's needed to complement the Warriors team? His energy and ability to score and rebound are undeniable, but does he have the consistency we need? On the other hand, Valanciunas offers something more. With his rebounding efficiency and defensive presence, he aligns better with the Warriors' immediate needs for a championship run. Imagine him sharing the court with Draymond Green, a combination that could significantly bolster the front court. In this section, we directly compare the two options, emphasizing the advantages of each and why one might be more beneficial than the other for the Warriors' current situation. If the Warriors opt for Bobby Portis, we need to consider how he would integrate into the team's system. With his ability to stretch the floor and be a threat from outside, he could provide an additional offensive weapon that complements the team's fast-paced and spaced-out style. However, his defense remains a question mark, which could be problematic against stronger playoff opponents. Should we take this risk if other options like Valanciunas are more ready to make an immediate impact? Here we detail how Portis could fit into a game strategy and what he could bring, both positive and negative, to the team, directly comparing this to the Warriors' needs for the playoffs. As we consider strategic moves, it's essential to reflect on the bigger picture. The Warriors have been a powerhouse in the league, but the competition is only getting tougher. Teams like the Lakers and Bucks are also making moves, and we can't afford to stand still. The pressure is on and every decision counts. Looking ahead, if the Warriors can successfully acquire Valanciunas, not only will we strengthen our front court, but we'll also send a strong message to the rest of the league. We're serious about our championship aspirations. Here we make a direct connection to external competition, highlighting the importance of staying active in the trade market to remain relevant in the title race. This context is vital for the audience to understand the reasoning behind the rumors and potential moves. Let's analyze some potential trade targets that have been circulating, classified as dream, realistic, unrealistic, and alternative options. First, the dream target, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Imagine Giannis in a Warriors jersey. It's an irresistible thought. The proposed trade would involve sending Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, multiple first-round picks, and some additional assets to Milwaukee. Giannis is a generational talent, averaging over 32 points per game this season. The idea of pairing him with Steph is tempting, but let's be realistic, it's highly unlikely. Giannis has expressed loyalty to the Bucks, and unless there's a seismic shift in Milwaukee's fortunes, this remains a fantasy. Still, as a fan, I can't help but dream about what could be. Here, we present the concept of a dream trade target, provoking fans to imagine the impact of such a move. This creates an element of fantasy and desire around the available options. Now, moving on to a more realistic target, Jimmy Butler. Butler would be a perfect fit for the Warriors. He's not just a scorer, he's a proven playoff performer. The proposed trade would involve sending Wiggins, Kuminga, Kevin Looney, Gary Payton II, and a first-round pick to Miami. It's a steep price, but think about it. Butler brings that grit and leadership to the court, relieving pressure on Curry while handling tough defensive assignments. I truly believe Butler could elevate this team's chances in the crowded Western Conference, but even so, I wonder, is this the best move for the Warriors? In this section, we explore more realistic targets available in the market, highlighting the immediate impact a player like Butler could have on the Warriors. The cost is high, but the benefit is significant, prompting reflection on the decision. When we think of unrealistic targets, Kawhi Leonard comes to mind. The proposed trade would involve sending Wiggins and several other assets to the Clippers, but let's face it, Kawhi is the cornerstone of that franchise, and the Clippers would need a monumental reason to let him go. His health is always a concern too, and while the idea of pairing him with Draymond Green is tempting, it's more fantasy than a viable plan at the moment. Here we highlight the implications of trying to acquire a player who may not be feasible in the current market, establishing a distinction between dreams and realities in trade discussions. Now let's talk about an alternative target, Brandon Ingram. He may not be the superstar that Giannis or Butler is, but he's a legitimate scoring threat, averaging over 23 points per game this season. The proposed package of Wiggins, Kuminga, Moses Moody, and a first-round pick seems reasonable for the Pelicans, who are looking to reshape their roster around Zion Williamson. Ingram could thrive in the Warriors system and provide that much-needed scoring boost. He's younger and could be a long-term piece for the franchise. Here we focus on rational alternatives that could significantly impact the team without compromising the future, showing that there are options beyond the big-name stars. As we approach the middle of the season, it's impossible not to think about the impact of the decisions we're discussing today. The arrival of a new player could be the difference between winning a title or falling short. The Warriors have a strong core with Curry, Green, and Thompson, but we're in a league where the competition is fierce. Every strategic move is crucial. If we manage to bring in a name like Jimmy Butler, it will not only strengthen our depth, but also instill fear in our direct competitors. On the other hand, opting for a younger and more promising option like Brandon Ingram gives us the opportunity to shape our future while still competing in the present. Here, we reflect more broadly on how trade decisions impact the immediate and long-term future of the franchise. Comparing a short-term move to a long-term play keeps the audience focused on what's at stake for the team. Let's be realistic. This season isn't just another one. With the age of our core and the physical toll, every game matters. We're in a constant battle with the Lakers, Suns, and Nuggets for the top of the Western Conference, and we need to prepare for that. The playoffs are where history is made, and every move we make now will determine who shows up in May and June. With Jimmy Butler, we can expect an immediate playoff impact. He's an intensity player who can elevate his game when we need it most. But if we go with Brandon Ingram, we know he brings offensive explosiveness that can wear down opposing defenses over a series. Here, we explore the expectations for the regular season and playoffs, highlighting each player's potential impact during the most critical moments of the season. As we discuss major trade targets, it's easy to forget the impact our rookies and rotation players have on the team. Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and James Wiseman have shown flashes of great potential, but are they ready to take on more significant roles in the playoffs? Adding someone like Valanciunas or Ingram to our roster could ease the pressure on these young players, allowing them to develop their game without the expectation of being the key to a playoff run. Here we address the role of the team's young talent and how they could be shaped or impacted by the arrival of new players, creating an interesting dynamic of development and competition within the roster. Beyond pure skills, we need to think about team chemistry. We can't forget how important it is to maintain team spirit and harmony among players. Draymond Green, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson have built a unique connection over the years, and bringing in a new player could disrupt that chemistry. Jimmy Butler's arrival could bring much-needed leadership, but could it also cause divisions or friction within the team? And if we choose Ingram, does he fit our style of play without creating tension? These are questions the Warriors management needs to consider carefully. At this point, we place important focus on the team's internal dynamics, considering how any changes would impact not just on-court performance, but also the team's culture. With the trade deadline approaching, the Warriors need to be ready for any moves. If we fail to acquire a big name now, there's always the 2025 draft as an option. Golden State has shown skill in selecting talents who become crucial pieces for the roster. Who will be our pick in the next draft? Will we continue to try strengthening our front court or opt for a guard who can give Curry some rest? The decisions we make now will be vital not just for this season, but for the future of the franchise. Here we explore preparation for the next step in long-term planning, whether through trades or the draft, keeping the audience engaged with the next window of opportunities for the Warriors. We're in an exciting time to be a Warriors fan, but the decisions we make now could shape the future of the franchise. I hope this video has been informative and inspiring for you. I want to know what you think. What players do you believe would be the perfect fit for the Warriors? Let's continue the conversation in the comments below. Share your ideas and subscribe to the channel to ensure you don't miss any updates. And remember, we're all part of one big Warriors fan family here. Together we can achieve anything.